Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Evening Podcast for April 8, 2025. First, the conflict between Ukraine and Russia has taken a devastating turn, with reports of significant loss of life, including 9 children, in the central Ukrainian city of Kryvyi Rih. We've also learned that Ukraine allegedly attacked Russian energy infrastructure, despite a mutually agreed moratorium. Meanwhile, a Ukrainian team is set to visit Washington to discuss a rare earth minerals agreement. In other news, the trade war between the United States and China has escalated, with President Trump threatening to impose additional tariffs on Chinese imports unless Beijing rescinds its retaliatory tariffs by tomorrow. This move has sent shockwaves through global markets, sparking concerns about a potential global economic downturn. And in a shocking turn of events, economists are sounding the alarm on the potential decline of the US dollar's status as the world's reserve currency. Rising national debt, concerns over the rule of law, and the growing influence of alternative currencies could erode the dollar's standing on the world stage. The implications of this shift would be far-reaching, with potential consequences including higher interest rates, reduced living standards, and increased costs for imports. That's all for tonight. We'll continue to bring you updates on these developing stories as more information becomes available. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. And that's a wrap. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. And with that, I'd like to say, that's all for tonight. This is Walter, signing off. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we looked at the growing tensions between the United States and China over trade and security, particularly in relation to the Panama Canal. The canal's neutrality is guaranteed by a treaty, but concerns about Chinese espionage and influence have led to increased scrutiny. Secondly, we examined the impact of the death penalty globally, with Amnesty International reporting a notable increase in its use in certain countries, such as Saudi Arabia and Iran. Despite this concerning trend, there are signs of progress towards abolition, with 144 countries having now abolished the death penalty in law or practice. Lastly, we touched on the ongoing trade tensions between major economies, including the United States and China, and their potential impact on global markets. These stories highlight the complexities and challenges facing our world today. We'll continue to monitor developments and provide you with in-depth analysis and updates. Thank you for joining us tonight on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, good night. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we've been following the escalating tariff tensions between major world powers, which has led to fears of a broader trade war that could dampen global economic growth. Experts like Adrian Moat are advising investors to carefully evaluate potential investments and focus on thorough research, rather than making rash decisions based on short-term market fluctuations. In other news, the government's decision to hike excise duty on petrol and diesel by Rs2 per liter is expected to positively impact oil marketing companies, or OMCs. This move is seen as a welcome relief to OMC, which have been struggling with significant LPG losses in the previous financial year. With current valuations being attractive, it may be an opportune time for investors to consider buying into these stocks. Lastly, we're seeing a shift in global economic trends, with traditional safe haven assets like U.S. Treasuries and the dollar under pressure. Instead, capital might flow into local currencies, such as the renminbi, yen, or even the Indian rupee, as investors repatriate funds in response to perceptions of the U.S. becoming less welcoming to foreign investment and engagement. That's a brief summary of tonight's top stories. Remember to stay informed, stay vigilant, and always conduct thorough research before making any investment decisions. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, good luck and good investing. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman. Chansei.
Thank you, Lewis. I'm Carl, your host for tonight's journey through the fascinating world of science, space exploration, and mathematics. In our first story, we're taking you to the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, where a Russian Soyuz rocket successfully launched with an American astronaut and 2 Russian cosmonauts on board. This mission marks a significant milestone in the long-standing partnership between the US and Russia in space exploration, despite ongoing tensions. The crew is expected to dock at the International Space Station later today. Next, we're diving into the remarkable life and work of renowned mathematician Roger Penrose. His unique approach to mathematics, characterized by playfulness and curiosity, has led to groundbreaking contributions to our understanding of space-time and geometry. We'll explore his fascinating collaboration with artist M.C. Escher, and how their innovative approach to mathematics has created something truly beautiful. Finally, we're looking at the stunning image of the Milky Way's center, captured by astronomers using advanced telescopes. This breathtaking view offers a glimpse into the heart of our galaxy, revealing intricate details about the stars, gas, and dust that make up our cosmic neighborhood. That's all for tonight's edition of the AI Daily Press. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the wonders of science, space exploration, and mathematics. Until next time, good night, and keep exploring. Now, for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. We've had a diverse range of topics in sports, from professional baseball and basketball to college football, recruiting, and women's hockey. Firstly, we delved into the cautious approach the Los Angeles Dodgers are taking with their star player, Shohei Ohtani's counterpart, as he navigates a potentially sensitive injury situation. This highlights the complexities of managing player health in professional sports. We also previewed an exciting matchup between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves, analyzing recent stats and trends to predict the outcome. Additionally, we touched on the San Antonio Spurs versus Los Angeles Clippers game, providing expert picks for the NBA playoffs. In college football, USC's recruiting efforts are back on track after a revamp of their personnel office. We analyzed recent commits, flips, and decommits that have impacted the recruiting landscape. Furthermore, we looked at the US-Canada rivalry in women's hockey, with Olympic momentum at stake. Our experts discussed key players and strategies that could determine the outcome of this highly anticipated matchup. Lastly, we focused on college baseball, where the Alabama Crimson Tide faced off against the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. We examined the probable starting pitchers and predicted a close game, with Alabama potentially coming out on top, but warned not to underestimate the Crimson Tide's offense. These stories represent just a glimpse into the dynamic world of sports, where each day brings new challenges, victories, and stories. At the AI Daily Press, we're committed to bringing you the latest news, expert analysis, and engaging commentary across all sports disciplines. Until next time, I'm your host, Howard, thanking you for joining us on this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press podcast. Remember, in the world of sports, every moment counts, and as always, the truth is indeed in the playing field. Good night, and we'll see you around the diamond. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we explored the world of travel and adventure, discussing the joys of exploring new destinations and experiencing different cultures. We also touched on the importance of safety and responsibility while traveling, highlighting the need for awareness and caution in unfamiliar environments. Secondly, we reported on a devastating tragedy in the Dominican Republic, where a roof collapse at a nightclub in Santo Domingo resulted in loss of life and injury. Our thoughts are with the people of the Dominican Republic as they navigate this difficult time. Lastly, we journeyed into the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where researchers have made a groundbreaking discovery. By analyzing the annual rings of certain tree species, scientists can track mercury pollution and pinpoint the location of illegal gold mining operations. This innovative approach has significant implications for conservation efforts and highlights the importance of preserving our natural world. These stories remind us of the complexity and beauty of our world, from the thrill of exploration to the resilience of communities in the face of tragedy, and the wisdom of nature that guides us towards a more sustainable future. Thank you for joining me on the AI Daily Press. Until next time, good night, and may the wisdom of nature guide us all. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we took a trip to the Midwest, where we discovered that even in the quirky world of Midwestern charm, a sense of humor is essential. We explored the region's offbeat personality and how it can bring people together. Next, we dove into the world of royalty with Meghan Markle's candid discussion about her experience with postpartum preeclampsia. The Duchess of Sussex is using her platform to raise awareness about this life-threatening condition, and we applaud her for breaking down barriers and starting important conversations. Last but not least, we dived into the world of comedy and satire with the latest season of Hack. This show is still serving up some of the sharpest satire on television, with its dysfunctional characters, toxic relationships, and hilarious celebrity cameos. If you're looking for a laugh-out-loud comedy that will keep you on the edge of your seat, then Hacks is the show for you. That's all for tonight, folks. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of entertainment, royalty, and Midwestern charm. Until next time, stay stylish, stay informed, and keep on laughing. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenborough.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we looked at the alarming decline of freshwater mussels in our ecosystems. These creatures play a vital role in maintaining water quality and supporting biodiversity, but their populations are dwindling due to habitat destruction, pollution, climate change, and invasive species. Conservation efforts, including hatchery programs and community engagement, are underway to protect these crucial species. Next, we traveled to South Texas, where American Forests is working tirelessly to restore the native Tamaulipan thorn forest. This unique ecosystem has been largely degraded due to agricultural activities and urbanization, but the organization's efforts aim to preserve its biological history and defend it against climate change. By planting native species and engaging local communities, the project hopes to increase biodiversity, promote ecosystem resilience, and provide numerous benefits for both wildlife and people. Lastly, we touched on the critical state of the beach ecosystems, where freshwater mussels are not the only ones facing unprecedented threats. The decline of these ecosystems has far-reaching consequences, including decreased water quality, reduced biodiversity, and disruptions to the food chain. These stories remind us that even the smallest creatures can have a significant impact on the health of our planet, and that collective action is necessary to protect and restore our natural heritage for future generations. Thank you for joining me tonight on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, good night. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenborough for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.